So it's early in the morning, and I'm in Aswan on the rooftop of the apartment, and I'm looking down at the Philae Temple. You can see, you have to get there by boat, so you can see all the boats, you can see the water. And the bridge, but I'll take it back to the water. I'll take it back to the temple, and I'll try to rest it because I'm using the phone. And so whoever that is that just popped in, please hit a thumbs up, share. I'm looking out at the Philae Temple on the water, and the message for today is where two or more are gathered, I am there. So where two or more are gathered in my name. So not even to make this religious, but I had an idea yesterday that I shared about one person because they can sing. I can't sing worth a darn. And another person needing some positive energy. But what I do know how to do is affirmations and prayer. And I do know how to go up to the Creator to bring down energy from Source to help others. Funny thing about biblical teachings for me is that I just got to the point where I understood what the living water was. And the living water, those are the words that you give those to encourage, right? So when they're feeling down and out and they're feeling bad, they're feeling parched, dried up on the inside, empty, you give them the living water. And then, you do that with your words, right? So where a blind man can see, maybe they don't see or understand, but you give them the words that lights the way, that removes the what? The dirt out of their eyes, so that back, originally they could not see, but if I give you the right words and I can show you, help you understand, now I've made a blind man see. Now, there's people who are weak in spirit and they're depressed and maybe they don't want to get out of the bed, or they just don't want to move, right? They're lame. Their thinking is lame. Their actions are lame. But if I give them the right words and show them the way, I can make a lame man walk, right? And if somebody's walking the wrong way, if I give them the right words, I can help them walk the right way. So that's where this living water comes from. The living water, the embodiment of Christ consciousness, if you can help people with that. And we're not talking about just going up to people that don't need help, because here's even another thing about Jesus in the Bible, where the whole thing is just being misinterpreted. He really didn't just go giving it to people who didn't want it. You see the people who, like the woman that touched his robe, she already believed ahead of time that she could get healed or get right by doing it. So she already believed in it. She was already of that mindset. When they sent for him with Lazarus, all these things, you'll notice that someone sent for him. Oh, wow. That bird came right up to me on the other side. There are people that they reached out to him. They looked to him for help. They came to him. Why? Because they already believed in his power. So with you and your power, you don't want to waste it on everybody. Some people don't believe. They don't even believe. But instead, Go to the places where you are welcome. That's the same message I had the other day, but where your message is received. And when your message isn't being received, what they say, dust your sandals off. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat it, right? Don't accumulate dust, debris, and thoughts that don't matter, negative thoughts, or a bunch of junk or a bunch of dirt, right? Because you're wiping off your sandals. They say wipe the dust off your feet. So wipe your sandals of it. Don't worry about it. Just keep on walking. If people don't understand who you are or what you believe or your mindset or your thinking, if they're not receiving you, it's not your job to make them believe you. It's not your job to force them to believe you. Dust your feet off. Let it go. Because you don't know what the plan is. A lot of things my sister would tell me, I swear I would be so busy and thinking, I'm too busy to understand what you're talking about. And 2 years later, I'd be like, oh, guess what I just learned? And she'd say, yeah, I taught you that 2 years ago. And I was like thinking, it's true. It's true, because whenever we're stressed out or of a certain mindset and we're bogged down in our way of thinking, sometimes we don't hear the message, but then it'll get through when it's supposed to get through, but the person can't wait. You can't wait and watch. You have to go out there and continue to do whatever it is, whatever kind of positive work it is that you're doing. You don't have time to wait and watch others to see if they figured it out, you know? So where two or more are gathered in the name of whatever thing. And I started to think about it. If you see two or more people getting together and they say we're going to have lunch, lunch happens. If you see 2 or 3 people gathered together and they say we're going to have a party happens. If you get 2 or 3 people together and they want to start bitching and complaining, boy, oh boy, that energy is going to be devoted to the spirit of that negativity, whatever kind of negative thoughts they have, whatever kind of complaining and whining and self-pity, it's going to attract and multiply, because 2 or 3 or more are gathered in the name of whatever that thing is. So now, if you getting 2 or 3 gathered in the name of, some type of good work, imagine now that the presence of the good work, the energy, the labor, the love, God consciousness will be accumulated in that particular space. This is how 1 + 1 can equal 1,000, because we multiply, we add to each other, we multiply to each other, and this can reach exponential levels. So this is why even more so it's important that you make sure that you're in the right company. Are you in the right place, doing the right thing with the right people at the right time, in the right way? So take a note on that and write that down. When you're in situations and you're like, why isn't my business working? Am I with the right people? Am I doing the right thing with the right people, the right way? Why isn't my love life working? Are you with the right person, doing the right thing at the right time, in the right way? Why isn't my spirituality growing? Am I getting support because I'm doing the right thing with the right people at the right time, in the right way? Because where 2 or more are gathered, so it only takes 2, where 2 or more are gathered in the name of whatever this thing is, be it love, be it healing, be it education, be it financial wellness, whatever it is, where 2 or more are gathered, that energy, that spirit, and as they say in the Egyptian gods, they call them the natures, the nators. Why? Because it's the nature of a thing. It's the nature of a being. It's the energy of a person or an embodiment of a spirit that that person or that entity has. So the nature of this thing, the nature, what is the nature of it? And now if I have two people or more, then I know I can get the job done if I have the right two people. We know what happens if you get the wrong two people. There's arguments, there's discord, there's disagreements, there's somehow, instead of adding to multiplying and exponential growth, you will see a crippling effect on whatever it is that you're trying to do. You ever try to get something planned and you got the wrong people in the room and they find all the reasons why it doesn't work, all the reasons why it won't happen, all the reasons why we just can't do it this way. They can't figure out their way out of a paper bag because they're always finding something that prevents them from getting the job done. Or you have this meeting. Oh, I used to hate it when we had meetings in the office and people would just bring up random minuscule details that doesn't have anything to do with what we were doing, and it always moves the meeting backwards. We don't get the job done, we didn't get the thing planned, or we don't get new lockers for the employees. Whatever it was, they know how to move it backwards. It's so funny, this movie called Made, and what's his name, Puff Daddy was in it. He said you can turn an Easter egg hunt into a butt fuckathon. That's what he said. So I know that's kind of rude, but just imagine the person turned a Easter egg hunt into a total shit show because they can't get right. Or like that movie Life, and the guy's name was Can't Get Right. Boy, you can be around some people and they can't get right. They can't get the thought right, the words right, the actions right. So you need to clear that out of your space and take charge of the situation and get to the point where you're with the right people doing the right thing at the right time. It is your birthright to be successful, to be happy, to have the life that you desire. So make sure that you're around the right people. Make sure that you're collecting the right energy. Do not go ahead and waste your time on things that don't matter, or things, all the possibilities that can't work and all the possibilities of what will go wrong. You are guaranteed, if you're focusing on what can't work, what won't work, what could possibly go wrong. They say that worry is the same thing as praying for the thing that you don't want. So if you're worried about being broke, then you might as well go ahead and start praying about being broke. If you're worried you're going to be alone forever, then you might as well just start praying, I'm going to be alone forever. Amen. Whatever it is, when you got worry in the midst, that's a prayer for that negative thing. Get your mind right. You need to start seeing straight. You need to start really focusing on that living water. What are the words that you need for your life, for success in your life? And start speaking positivity into your life. Take charge by speaking positivity into your life and take control of your vision for yourself. If you see what I see, then life is looking pretty good. And I'll talk to you maybe tomorrow. All right? But please share it. Let people know, right? Let 2 or more people know that this was an awesome message. And leave me a thumbs up. Write me a message. Leave a fingerprint. Let me know if this makes sense. Let me know if this resonates. Because maybe you're one of the 2 or 3 that I need in my presence. Hey, Celestial. Hey, Christian. Thank you guys for showing up and I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy the view. And I'll be sure to post some pictures of Philae later when I go to the temple.